NFL 24 on EA Sports. And we'll see DeAndre Swift. He's coming off a great week, reaching triple digits in yards with a collection of touchdowns. It's the Eagles and the Commanders, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 24.
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Commanders set to go to work on offense, and they've handed the controls to this man in his second NFL season, former Tar Heel Sam Howell.
Howell got the nod from Commanders leadership to be the team starter this year. A nice bump for last year's 5th-round pick. 1 start as a rookie and didn't look bad at all, winning the team's finale. And let's not forget, this is a guy who was once viewed as a first-round pick. So there's plenty of promise hidden beneath the surface.
Now the second-year man from Alabama, it's Brian Robinson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back to Robinson now on first down. There's the stiff arm. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 11 yards there, just like last play. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball on both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Third and long, here's Howell. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Hassan Reddick in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, managed the game effectively, led them to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 34. They go with a former Lion. It's DeAndre Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Jamin Davis, the one to get up from his linebacker spot and make that play.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
get this up to about the 40. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down.
So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level. 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing it. Season, I think, but to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial, but I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
2nd and a couple.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete here.
Devontae Smith, the intended receiver.
It's 3rd down and 2.
You talk about this Washington defense.
Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass drops.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
And Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground.
Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a time. Two remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down.
This is taken at the 15.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Faking the handoff. Howell slings this deep from McLaurin. They got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before. Backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Robinson with another carry.
Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
Yeah, they held them to well under 200 yards of total offense, and in today's NFL, that's a feat to be proud of, especially with the emphasis on offense and what we're seeing each and every week, that great creativity and usual productivity.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Hassan Reddick. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The numbers for him from a week ago. Carries 133 yards.
I think he's exactly where he wants to be coming into a game, partner, because he has to still be riding the momentum from last week when he broke the century mark in rushing and had one of his best individual efforts of the season. I would expect that there's more from him on the way after that type of a game, and I know his teammates and coaches, they feel exactly the same way.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Play action. Here's Hurts.
In trouble, and he's taken down. Montez Sweat gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
at their own 42.
Howell out of the shotgun. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
2nd and 10, Howell.
Can't get away, and he's taken down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. Back to throw. Howell.
Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Nolan Smith.
That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tressway on to punt the football. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 23. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
But you know how they talk about music to your ears?
How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard. I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a second down here.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. From the 48-yard line, here's second and a couple. Hurts. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he's going to get this inside the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. These two teams in that earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. Second down. Here's Hurts. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Montez Sweat is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete. The Commanders' defense holds, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. This from 54 yards away. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Still searching for that first breakthrough, and I thought this might be it. But it's not to be, and we're still scoreless.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they have things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight, and that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Jordan Davis in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Al down to throw it. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Tressway now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And so we'll move it over. And this is going to be an Eagles 1st down as he gets us up past the 30 to the 32. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
Second down, Howell now. A short one there, caught by Granson.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. They were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Gonzalez's kick is good, and it's 3-0 Washington. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball.
It's caught inside the 25. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Throwing is Hurts. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Now this is going to be a quarterback draw.
Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Here's Swift.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
You get down near the goal line, you need to start enlisting the help of all 11 guys on the defense. And that's a nice job there by the cornerback, squaring his shoulders and coming into.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Eagles have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. So that really an almost perfect drive as they chew up some clock and wind up scoring late in this first half.
And remember, they've got a chance to double dip here because they're going to get the ball first to start the third quarter. So they potentially could go up 2 scores before the other guys get a chance to do anything.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So the drive there took 6 plays.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the Rams who have the lead in the second quarter. Cooper Kupp, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. Adam Thielen, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And that one all tied. The Eagles got a solid first half from last year's MVP runner-up, Jalen Hurts. He was able to take it in himself for the game's only touchdown. And you wonder if this coaching staff will ask him to do a bit more the rest of the way. Both teams currently making their final adjustments. We're getting ready for the second half. So we'll send it back up to FedEx Field and hand things back over to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
So here are the Eagles to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts flush to his right. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Quez Watkins
with touchdown number 7 on the year.
And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
Powell. And a quick throw there is incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Powell, he'll look to throw it.
And this throw will be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
It's a gain of 10. And the Eagles
First down, and they go with Swift again.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Tackle made by Chase Young.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
DeAndre Swift, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive line has to get all the credit for that touchdown run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and in the end, the finishing touch, an 11-yard run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And Howe will throw it.
Incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Here's Howe. They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle it for just a short gain.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And out now come the Eagles.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go?
Hurts fumbles it, and it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that 6th sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball is gone. Didn't happen in this case.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Throwing here, Howell. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Jordan Davis getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now Howell. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Gonzalez's kick is good. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball to the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
They'll run right here with Swift.
And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
3rd and 8.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Complete. Smith has it. Fighting through. And a pretty nice tackle there. Ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Oh, look at this play call. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
But first down, Hurts.
Well, it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
They'll run with Smith. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. He'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
They'll try it now with Swift.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
6-yard line. A gain of 1 yard. First down, Philadelphia.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress. And I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. In motion goes the tight end. On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the first.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one.
Back now at Fed. It's the Eagles. This one as we get ready to start the final quarter.
They go play action with Hurts.
They'll roll him out right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Rolling to his right. He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Howell to the air on 1st and 10.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down and long.
3rd and long. Here's Howell.
This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Fourth down, Howell, desperation time.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts.
Sliding out of the pocket.
This short throw caught by Goddard. He can only get a yard after all that. It's 2nd down.
And quickly they get to the line. Here's Hurts to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Hurts. He'll buy some time right. And that will be incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25. The Washington offense back out there. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Now throwing on first down here. Pressure comes and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Second down, Howell back to pass. Under pressure, they got him again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it. This offense so far on third down, can you believe it? 0 for 9 thus far. This will be third and forever. Jalen Carter, the offensive line is in tatters as that's now 3 sacks in 3 plays.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Taken right around the 44. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. DeAndre Swift and the Eagles back out there. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. Second and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. They'll roll him out right. He's got it at the 15. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. They give him a gain of 37.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Steps away to his left. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it.
Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Eagles are poised to move to 8-0 as they extend their lead even further. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all 3 phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review.
Pringle going to stay in the end zone, and this will come out to the 25.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
32-yard line.
2nd down. Howell now. Short throw here to the tight end Bates.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's good for Washington. First down.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So it wasn't the line that jumped that time, the second level.
No, that's a great observation because most of the time it's those guys up front so eager to get off on the snap. They do it, but in this case, you're exactly right. Second level, probably because they moved up to the first level, and that hurts them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Howell looking to throw again.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. Muscles it. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Back to throw. Howell. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Howell, another throw on 2nd down. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
5-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And they will remain well behind.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Philadelphia's offense ready to go again. And this team continues to stake its claim as Super Bowl favorites. They are now eyeing an 8th straight win as they begin this drive here in the 4th quarter. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at the 45. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Carrying it out deep for Smith. And this one is incomplete.
Oh, he's been fun to watch in this one. He's made the correct reads all game long and helped stake his team a huge lead. Running, passing, he's made all the right decisions. But that wasn't the right read on that one. It falls incomplete.
Rolling to his...
Hurts fumbles it. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? is for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Throwing is Hurts. Sliding out of the pocket. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took. But it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
They're going on fourth down with Hurts. He'll buy some time right. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. And his throw is incomplete. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Hassan Reddick, who else? He's in there for his fourth sack of the afternoon. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. Now it looks like he'll throw here. They'll roll him out right. This is Smith with a grab. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On first down, Hurts rolling to his right. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one.
Well, the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Howell throwing on third down here.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now the punter, Tressway, as he sends this one away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45.
And it will be first and 10 as they take over. This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Looking here for Smith downfield.
That is incomplete.
They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays.
And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. Picked by Kendall Fuller. He's still on his feet. He may go. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one. Hurts now hoping to make up for that pick six. Airing it out deep for Smith. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the